Under our setup, itong mga secretaries are alter egos of the president. They are extension of his or her personality.
Ano po ang inyong major takeaways sa naging pagdinig po kahapon and sa public perception? Mukhang nabibigyan tayo ng avenue na na-vent yung frustration ng taong bayan doon sa mga bagay na dapat sana ay napanood natin sa congressional investigations o sa Senate investigations kaugnay po sa Pondo ng Bayan. Pero doon natin nakuha yung mga ideya na yan sa pagtalakay po kahapon sa Supreme Court.
First, I would like to give my snappy salute to the Supreme Court, especially to Senior Associate Justice Marvic Leonen, for giving us hope that still we have the last bastion of democracy. At nakikita natin, if it will continue, it will give us inspiration na at the end of the day, there is still an institution that will save our democracy, and eventually justice will be served, especially to the unprecedented nakakasuka na nakawan ng ating bayan, nakawan ng ating kaban ng bayan, the trillion flood control scandal. Makita natin na through the incisive questioning of the Supreme Court justices, the responsibility ay papunta sa Pangulo, which is really the case kasi nothing will happen, no budget will be approved without the approval of the President.
Sir, how is it for you na kayo rin po ay maalam sa usapin sa local government? Ginamit po yung katagang maleta sa Supreme Court, which is isa pong terminolohiya na sikat ngayon. Kaugnay po sa flood control anomaly, paglabas po ng 18 ex-soldiers dito po sa usapin ng korupsyon.
Well, they are human beings. While it is true that the justices of the Supreme Court are just like gods and goddesses who are passive, who are not, who are living a hermit life, that shows that they are listening. They are monitoring the developments of the country. And just like you and me, ordinary Filipinos, they are also appalled and shocked by the magnitude of corruption that has taken place in our country, because they are also part of the victims. Atin pera ito eh. Everyone is a victim of this graft and corruption. So they are not closing their eyes, at saka yung malita symbolizes the enormity of the graft and corruption na hindi pa nangyayari sa ating kasaysayan. Ngayon pa lang nangyayari, MJ, na that must be condemned. Talagang may hustisya na mangyayari, but apparently it is being covered up. Yung Senate Blue Ribbon Committee natin na by tradition, yan man ang body na talagang masigasig to investigate corruption, but ngayon ay sila na ang body na nagko-cover up nitong scandal na magnitude na hindi pa nangyayari sa ating bansa.
Sundan ko lang yung line of thought mo, sir. So meaning, pinapakita ng Supreme Court yung weakness ng Senado, ng Kamara at ng Kongreso na dapat yung trabaho nila sa pag-iimbestiga sa issue ng korupsyon. Bilang meron po silang oversight powers doon sa...
That is highly,
yes, sir.
That is highly speculative, MJ. Tayo nag-observe lang tayo. The point is, sila ay, if the justices of the Supreme Court, one justice, I think, Justice Hernando, used the word maleta, talagang makikita natin na sila mismo ay nasaktan sa reported na corruption na ngayon ay mayroong mga brave soldiers who were participants of these over witnesses of this crime, and yet their testimony is being blocked, their testimony is being suppressed uh, by the institution, which is the Congress, be it in the House or in the Senate, so that this corruption will be exposed to the public. Kasi yan naman talaga ang purpose ng why we have a legislative body. Kasi yung legislative body, it's not only designed to craft laws, it is also mandated to oversee yung oversight functions nila sa mga nangyayari sa ating bansa, like acts committed by other departments of the government. Sila sana yung vanguard. Pero nangyayari, hindi na sila nag-perform ng kanilang duty. The Supreme Court is supposed to be a passive body. It cannot act unless its jurisdiction is being it's being asked to it's being invoked. There is a actual case or controversy. Hindi ka sila pwede magbibigay ng opinion. So, ngayon, matagal na ito dapat na expose na sa public so that the public will understand. Ngayon, doon pa sa kanila. Parang sila pa, bakit kami pa parang di naman namin sana trabaho ito. Trabaho nila is to write decisions based on actual case or controversy that is being brought before them. So, it shows, to my mind, frustration and disappointment.
Opo, sir, bago lang sa partner Admar, anong assessment po ninyo doon sa pagtatanong ng Supreme Court doon po sa Solgen sa issue po nung kailangan ng approval ng presidente para po maggamit itong mga unprogrammed appropriations. Sa 2025 GAA, meron pa raw na gano'n ng provision. Pagdating daw po sa 2026 o pagdating sa budget na bago, wala raw po gano'n na parang nilalabas sa equation ang Pangulo na dapat pag ginamit mo ang unprogrammed funds, alam ng Pangulo at mayroon siyang approval para ito'y magamit.
The point is, MJ, under our setup, itong mga secretaries are alter egos of the president. They are extension of his or her personality. All acts of these alter egos are deemed to be the acts of the president unless reprobated by the president. Ngayon, hindi pwede kahit na walang batas, they cannot insulate the president of a certain action done by cabinet secretaries because that is part and parcel of the alter ego principle, the qualified political agency doctrine, na all acts of the secretaries are deemed to be the acts of the president. So, how much more if there is a law that provides that everything is to be approved by the president? So, yung theory na walang kinalaman ang presidente dito ay talagang hindi acceptable yan because, as I said, the secretaries are alter egos of the president.
Tsaka command responsibility, sir, no?
Hindi lang command responsibility as if siya ang gumagawa yan. As if siya. Yan ang principle ng qualified political agency doctrine.